They say knowledge is power, but some knowledge is dangerous. There's a hidden brain technique so powerful, so transformative, that it was quietly kept away from public knowledge. Not because it doesn't work, but because it works too well. Especially for introverts. This method doesn't force you to be someone else. It doesn't make you loud or overly social. Instead, it makes your mind sharper, more focused, and extremely effective. This isn't about popularity. This is about unlocking the intelligence that's already inside you. A silent weapon. A mental upgrade. Welcome to something called Deliberate Neural Partitioning. This is not a trick. It is real and it is powerful. And now, it's time to finally show you the secret advantage waiting inside your own mind. In a world that praises loud voices, introverts are often overlooked. In classrooms, they observe quietly, and in offices, they think while others speak. Society celebrates talkers, not always thinkers. Yet introverts hold a hidden strength, their ability to reflect deeply, absorb more, and see connections others miss. Their thinking runs in layers, not surfaces. This quiet power can be trained into something extraordinary. You don't need to be louder, just deliberate. When you shape your mind with intention, you stop reacting and start reshaping the world. What you're about to learn will sharpen your thinking, boost your creativity, and make your focus so powerful it feels unfair. There is a mental technique that has been quietly shared in hidden groups and forgotten studies. It is called Deliberate Neural Partitioning, or DNP for short. It works by teaching your brain to think in separate mental spaces. Instead of trying to be creative, logical, emotional, and strategic all at the same time, your brain starts working like a team with different players. Each player has its own task and focus. One part of your mind becomes responsible for solving problems. Another part handles creativity. Another helps manage emotions, and so on. When you learn to switch between these mental states with intention, your thinking becomes clearer and more powerful. Introverts are already built for this. Their ability to focus inward gives them a natural head start. This technique is like giving structure to the way their mind already works, but it was hidden from public use because most people don't have the discipline to handle it. Now, you're going to learn how. Deliberate neural partitioning is based on a simple but powerful idea. Your mind is not just one voice. It's made of many different ways of thinking. There is a part of you that watches and observes. This part notices everything quietly. It helps you stay aware without judging. Then, there is the logical side, the one that solves problems, sees patterns, and makes decisions. This is your inner planner. Another part is creative. It dreams, it imagines, and it creates ideas from nothing. There is also an emotional side, the part that helps you connect with others, feel your own emotions, and protect yourself from emotional harm. In most people, all these parts are mixed together. They try to think logically while feeling overwhelmed emotionally. They try to be creative while worrying about being judged. That's where DNP comes in. It teaches you how to use these parts separately, so they don't interfere with each other. It's like organizing your tools before you build something. Instead of chaos, there is clarity. Instead of confusion, there is calm. For introverts who are already deep thinkers, this method feels natural. It turns quiet focus into unstoppable mental power. Let's break down how this mental technique works. First, start by giving each mental function a character in your imagination. Think of it like assigning a job. You don't have to act it out, just create a mental image. When you want to think clearly and make smart choices, imagine your mind shifting into decision mode. Picture a calm, confident version of yourself. This mental character is focused, logical, and doesn't get distracted by emotion. When you want to be creative, picture a different version, free, playful, maybe even a bit wild. This is your creative self. Let this version take over when it's time to write, draw, or come up with ideas. When you need emotional strength or healing, picture a kind and patient inner guide. This is the emotional part of you that knows how to handle stress and pain. Next, use mental spaces. Imagine each version of you working in a different room. This helps your mind know which one to activate. For example, when you're solving a problem, picture yourself walking into a clean, quiet room with only a desk and notebook. No distractions, just focus. When it's time to create, walk into a colorful space filled with ideas and energy. The more you practice these spaces, the more automatic your thinking becomes. Now, spend 30 minutes each day in complete silence. No phones, no people, no noise. Focus only on one mental role at a time. This is like going to the gym for your mind. Lastly, use your body to help. Change your posture or breathing for each mental role. Standing tall helps logic. Deep breathing helps emotion. Moving your hands can unlock creativity. These steps train your brain to switch roles on command. It becomes faster, easier, and more powerful with each practice. This might sound unusual, but there is real science behind it. In one study at Stanford University, researchers found that people who visualized specific roles in their mind performed better and stayed focused longer. Their brains used less energy to stay on task. At Harvard, brain scans showed that people trained to think in mental roles activated the decision-making areas of their brain more strongly than those who didn't. Even some military training programs have used a similar method. Soldiers were taught to use mental switching to stay calm, alert, and creative under pressure. The people who showed the biggest improvement, they were often introverts. Introverts already spend more time inside their minds. They have strong inner worlds, deep imaginations, and rich emotional depth. When given a structure like DNP, they can reach new levels of performance. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about using what you already have in a smarter way. And now, the tools are in your hands. So why did this method remain hidden? Because when used carelessly, it can become risky. Some people go too deep. They separate their thinking so much that they lose connection with their emotions, or they become too focused and forget to rest. There have been cases where people trained their minds too hard and ended up burned out, tired, and emotionally distant. That's why early researchers warned against sharing it with the public. They feared people would misuse it, but used with care, balance, and awareness, this method is not dangerous. It is powerful. The key is not to overdo it. Treat your mind like a garden. Organize it, but let it breathe. To use this method safely, follow a few important rules. Start with one mental role. Don't try to build everything at once. Focus on just your logical side or just your creative side. Practice with one for a few days before adding another. Keep your sessions short in the beginning. 20 minutes a day is enough. This builds strength without strain. After each session, write down what you felt. What was easy? What was difficult? Writing helps you stay grounded and connected. Once a week, take a full break. Don't activate any mental roles. Just live your day naturally. This helps your mind stay flexible. And remember to take care of your body. Go for walks. Stretch. Breathe. Physical movement helps your brain stay healthy and balanced. This method is a tool. Like any tool, it depends on how you use it. Many great thinkers use similar ideas without even knowing the name. Nikola Tesla imagined entire machines in his head before ever building them. He could see them, test them, and even find problems before touching a tool. Leonardo da Vinci wrote in notebooks where he talked to different parts of his own mind. He let each part speak and share ideas. Carl Jung, one of the most famous psychologists, believed we all have different sides inside us. He called them archetypes, and he used them to understand himself and others. These people didn't just think differently. They organized their thoughts in powerful ways. Not everyone used it wisely. One business leader trained himself to work non-stop using mental switching. He tripled his output, then had a breakdown. An artist used it to control her emotions while painting. Eventually, she lost her passion and felt numb. Balance is key. If you use this method too much, you lose your natural flow. Let your mind grow, but don't turn it into a machine. You don't need to be louder to be smarter. You just need to think with purpose. You now have a tool that most people will never discover. Use it slowly, use it wisely, and let it grow with you. The world might not understand your quiet power, but you will feel it. Let others chase attention. You'll chase mastery. Because when introverts learn to use their mind deliberately, they become truly unstoppable. Subscribe.